Welcome back to yet another monthly showcase. Summer is in full swing in my part of the world as June comes to a close and we are moving on to July. And I know for a fact that I have viewers from all over the world. So if summer vacation is starting for you now in July, I wish you a happy summer. And if you're one of those people where summer has not yet started, I hope you can hang in there a bit longer. But with that, let's get into this month's Project Sekai showcase. Starting where we always start, we have two birthday girls that need to be celebrated. Our first girl is Nene, who has her birthday live show on July 20th, with her birthday gacha starting alongside her live show and running all the way until July 26th. Nene is of the cool attribute this time around, and this means that she does not have any future usability as it currently stands on the Japanese server. And our second birthday girl is Anne, who has her birthday live show on July 26th, meaning that when Nene's gacha leaves, Anne's party starts, with Anne's birthday gacha of course starting at the same date and running all the way until August 1st. And Anne is of the mysterious attribute, meaning she will see use in one future event, being Let It Ring, Beautiful Sound. This event will start on August 9th and run all the way until August 15th and has Toya, Kanade, and Anne in the gacha, meaning that the birthday gacha from the third year is of lower gameplay value as Anne is available with a 70% bonus for this event. And as always, if you prefer the first year or second year birthday card for either Anne or Nene and you missed them last time around, they will be available as standalone gachas. They go live at the same time as the new birthday gacha and will run the entire duration of said gacha. But like I said, these gachas are as always a standalone, meaning you cannot get the third year birthday card in the first year birthday gacha and vice versa. So if you are planning on pulling or you're only going to watch the birthday live show, make sure to mark the date so you don't miss them, as the birthday gachas do not stick around for very long. But with that, we have covered the birthdays, so we can move on to the reruns for July. And with July, we are entering our second to last month, having 3 rerunning gachas. As always, one of these gachas are having its first rerun, while the other 2 are having its second and final rerun before the gacha is discontinued and the cards enter the Recollection Festival gacha pool. I mention this in every video, but if you want more information about the Recollection Festival, make sure to check out my general guide linked down in the description. But with that out of the way, the first gacha we will encounter is one of the 2 gachas having their final rerun, with Cyber Sniper being available between July 7th and July 16th. And in this gacha is of course Emu, Nene, and Toya. This is then followed by the gacha having its first rerun, being City of Spirits, that will be available between July 13th and July 22nd, with the characters available in this gacha being Rui, Tsukasa, and Shizuku. And this gacha already has its second rerun confirmed on the Japanese server, being slated for January 2026. So if you really want the cards from the City of Spirits gacha but you do not currently have the funds to pull from it, you can wait until January next year. But that will be your final shot on the standalone City of Spirits gacha before it's discontinued and the cards enter the Recollection Festival gacha pool, with the final gacha available in July being Growing Feelings, Words in the Snow, with this gacha having its final rerun start on July 22nd and running until July 31st. And in this gacha is Ichika, Mafyu, and Naikor 25 Miku. But this gacha is what we consider a first year limited event, meaning that the Naikor 25 Miku that still rate up during this gacha does not come with a hairstyle or limited costume, making it a standard permanent card. This is very important to keep in mind if you're going to pull from this gacha, as she is just as likely to appear as Mafyu and Ichika, who have the costume and hairstyle. So make sure to mark the date so you don't miss the final reruns of the Cyber Sniper and Growing Feelings, Words in the Snow gacha if you're planning on pulling from them. With City of Spirits favorites, you can instead wait until January 2026. But having covered the rerunning gachas, let's look towards the paid gachas for July. And with Anime Expo right around the corner, we have a few different Crystal Shop bundles available. These will be available between July 3rd and July 6th. And you can read on screen what they will cost and what will be available in each bundle. But personally, I don't think that these bundles are worth the price they're being asked for, and I would not recommend going for them, as these bundles are very low value. Instead, if you want to spend some money on the game, I recommend going for the Colorful Plus or the Mission Pass for July. We then have the 15 million downloads 4-star guaranteed gacha that will be available between July 12th and July 26th. This is yet another paid 4-star guaranteed gachas, which are always quite low value. With the lack of duplication protection in Project Sekai, I would not recommend going for these, as they are very risky to pull from. With the final paid gacha available in July being a happiness package that will be available between July 26th and August 4th. As always, happiness packages will set you back 3,000 paid crystal and come with a guaranteed 4-star. The standard gacha pool for this happiness package will reach all the way up until the event Parallel Harmonies. And additionally, on top of your guaranteed 4-star, you also get to select one extra goodie from a list of different options. The list stays the same as always, with for example a wish jewel, 3 million gold, or 150 miracle seeds. But that covers all of the paid gachas we will see in July, so instead we can look towards the login campaigns. With the first login campaign we will see being Anime Expo 2025 login campaign that will be available between July 3rd and July 6th. Each day you log in during the allotted time period will grant you one Anime Expo 10 free pool ticket, for a total of 4 altogether. So make sure you are ready on July 3rd so you can get all 4 of the 10 free pool tickets, as you don't want to miss out on free 10 pools. In addition, the Anime Expo free pool gacha will only be available between July 3rd and July 6th as well. So unlike normal 10 free pool gachas, this gacha is only available during the login campaign's duration. So make sure to use each ticket when you get them so you don't miss out on one of the free pulls. With the second July login campaign being the celebration of 15 million downloads. Logging in between July 12th and July 26th will grant you up to 7,000 crystals. But they did not announce during the Colorful Corner how long and for how many days you will have to log in to get the full rewards. And in addition, they did not announce if this login campaign would have any additional rewards such as wish pieces and other things. So we will have to wait until July 12th to see how the login campaign functions in full. But make sure to start logging in around July 12th, as you do not want to miss 7,000 free crystals. But those are our only login campaigns during July. But that does not mean that we don't have some miscellaneous announcements we should cover. Between July 7th and July 8th there will be the Star Show Festival live show. Participating in this virtual live will grant you a new unique title and perhaps, if we're lucky, 100 wish pieces, but they did not announce that during the Colorful Corner. So if you're interested in the cute little title, make sure to mark the date and check out when the live shows go live. And finally, we have the announcement that I think most people have been looking forward to me mentioning. The Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage X Ensemble Star collab has been confirmed and announced for the global server. The collaboration will be happening in early September, which means that it is around 5 months too early from what we expected from the Japanese server. In addition, from what little I know, someone can probably correct me if I'm completely wrong down in the comments, for the global Ensemble Star server as well as the Taiwanese and Korean Sekai servers, this collaboration collaboration will start on August 28th. This is probably why they announced it for early September, as I cannot see the global Sekai server falling far behind Taiwan, Korea, and Ensemble Star's global server themselves. So my guesstimation, and this is a wild guess, would be around the 5th to 6th of September for the global server. But again, this is just wild estimations on my part. So just be very prepared that the Colorful Stage X Ensemble Star collaboration will be happening in September for the global server. This is now confirmed. But not to linger too much in the realm of speculation, let's move on to our final section of this video, being the actual events for July month. And starting us off is the event HALT, Tenmas on the Case, that will run from July 9th to July 15th. This is a Wonderland Showtime unit-focused event in the pure attribute, with the gacha running alongside it being called Strike Down Evil in the Name of Justice, that will run from July 9th to July 17th. And these are the 3 characters added with the gacha. This is then followed by the Leonid World Link event, or Starry Sky Leading to the Future, that will run from July 17th to July 29th. Obviously, with this being a World Link event, it is a rainbow attribute event with 4 different chapters. Starting us off is Saki's chapter between July 17th and July 20th. Honami follows suit with Chapter 2 between July 20th and July 23rd. After this, Shiho takes center stage for Chapter 3 between July 23rd and July 26th. And then of course, finishing us off is Ichika with the 4th chapter between July 26th and July 29th. With the gacha running alongside this event being Youth Assemble Gacha, that will run between July 17th and July 31st. And this is how the 4 cards for this event looks. Finally, the limited event for July was not actually announced or confirmed during this colorful corner, and it actually wasn't mentioned why this event wasn't announced. At least as far as I could hear throughout the entire stream, but someone could correct me if I really missed an announcement somewhere. This could be a restructuring of how the colorful corners will work, and this event will instead be announced during the August colorful corner, seeing as the event is mostly being held in August. But for now, I will include the event in its original Japanese state in this video. So as always, a pinch of salt, as the names and dates of this event and gacha are due to change until it is announced through official sources. But our final event of the month is Chase My Ideal Idol, that should be running between July 31st and August 7th. This is a limited More Jump unit focused cute attribute event, with the gacha running alongside it being called Live Streaming for You, that will be running from July 31st to August 9th, with the 3 new cards being introduced for this event looking like this. So that covers everything we know about July in Project Sekai, with the biggest elephant in the room obviously being the Sekai X Ensemble Star collaboration being pushed forward this much. There are several rumors and theories floating around online on why this collaboration is happening now and why it was pushed forward so much. I really have no clue about the validity of these theories, as I have no idea how the situation between communication between ensemble stars and Colorful Palette has been looking. But the fact that the announcement wasn't really ready for the Colorful Corner, seeing as they didn't have any visuals or animations for it, only having the actual, like, it's happening in September, does make it seem like the announcement itself was also rushed. Which could definitely be seen as a bit worrisome, since we don't know on which side this collaboration is being rushed and what it is entailing for both Sekai and ensemble stars. I also don't like that they didn't mention why they didn't announce Chase My Ideal Idol or even mention the event at all. Usually they will say something like, oh, we didn't have the visuals ready, or the people has not given us the official date yet, so hold on a little bit longer. This time, again, correct me if I'm wrong if I missed an announcement or I missed a line in the live stream when I watched it twice, they didn't even mention it, they just kinda moved on without even mentioning its existence. If it was a change to the structure of the Colorful Corner, I at least would have wanted them to kind of acknowledge that they are changing up the structure, but for now we will just have to wait and see how Chase My Ideal Idol pans out, if it might be a bit moved forward or if it's just something like we didn't have the visuals ready. Other than that, I think that this month is pretty solid overall. Anime Expo is always a positive negative thing because we get free pulls, but on the other hand the crystal shop is always awful. 50 million downloads with 7,000 free crystals is an actual amazing reward that I didn't think we would get. That is a lot of crystals for Project Sekai to give out. But as always, the guaranteed 4-star being a paid ticket is always quite a sting when it comes to 15 million downloads, as it feels kind of like they're going, oh, we're celebrating all our loyal players by having them pay. So July just feels kind of solid overall. Of course, it's nothing like March or September, where we see the anniversaries that are just jam-packed with everything you can ever think of. But it's not a dry month either, as there is a lot of things you can look forward to if you are a regular player of Project Sekai. But of course, maybe I'm just speaking out of my ass. Down in the comments, please tell me what you think of July. Are you looking forward to any of the events, or are you happy about the rewards we're getting from the logging campaigns? Or maybe you are very upset about the ensemble star situation, like I've seen a lot of people be. And while you're down there typing away your comment, please make sure you are subscribed, you have left a like, and maybe even share this video with a friend, as all of these things help me immensely in my growth as a channel. Finally, a massive shout out to all of my patrons, especially my append players, being Bambi, Charlie Toyism, Gabby C, Helen P001 Star, Katie, Mia Marie 21, Opal Siren, Peterish, Ramaru, Shoop, Snobby Hickory, and Veritas Uwu. All of you guys are amazing for continuously supporting me and giving me that little bit extra to work with. And if you wanna join them in helping me that little bit extra, a link will be down in the description to my Patreon. But with that, I have covered everything you needed to know about July month in Project Sekai. So I will not keep you here any longer. Let's get out of here for the month.